Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ivy Nganga, and if this is your first time on my channel, welcome to my channel. So today I just decided to do a quarantine and chill makeup tutorial. Sometimes when I'm feeling down, I just decide to make up and dress up and take some photos, and for some reason that really lifts up my spirits. I don't know about you guys, but if you're like me, just comment in the comment section down below. So today was one of those days and I decided to film it for you guys. So if you would like to see how I came up with this look, continue watching this video. So I'm just going to start by brushing out my eyebrows using my spoolie brush, as I always do before I draw them in. I'm using my usual Davis pencil in the shade number 18 to draw them in. I'm just going to try and follow the natural shape of my eyebrows, but I feel like I messed up my eyebrows a bit when I tried to twist them myself. But yeah, let's just see what we come up with. So I'm just drawing in the eyebrows with very light strokes, filling in the sparse areas, because that's the other thing, my eyebrows are quite sparse. I've been trying to grow them out, but I've not been getting any good results. So I'm just filling them in like I'm doing, then I'm just going to brush that out with the spoolie brush, trying to make it as natural as possible. Now I don't even know why one brow is always shorter than the other one, so I was able to correct it though. I was able to correct it because for some reason on camera it seemed like it was okay, but clearly wasn't. I did correct it later on. I'm now just going to clean that out with my Pro Concealer. The reason I like to do this is just so that the eyebrows can look neater and, you know, cleaner. I don't know if cleaner is the right word, but they normally just look more sleek and more defined when you clean them out with concealer. I don't know if I mentioned it, that's the Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my finger to blend it out because I find it so much easier. Sometimes with the brush I do mess up. I'm now just priming my face real quick before I conceal. I'm using my orange Pro Concealer to color correct because I did notice I had the dark under eyes, and I just wanted my makeup to look a bit more flawless, especially for the video. I don't necessarily always do this. I did blend it out with my finger a bit. I'm now going over it with a sponge just to make sure it's properly blended because I don't want my foundation to look orange. I'm now going to go in with my translucent powder again just to set that concealer and the primer. This is a step that I like to incorporate just so that my foundation can last longer. My T-zone tends to be a bit oily, so it also helps to minimize the shine as the day goes along. So I just press that into my skin using the sponge, making sure that I set the rest of my face as well with the powder. I'm now going to go in with my foundation. That's the Revlon Colorstay foundation in the shade Caramel. I'm going to blend that out using a brush just so that I can get a more fuller coverage, if I could call it that. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to conceal using my Pro Concealer in the shade Cool Tan. I'm not going to be using a lot of product because I just don't like to blend for so long. I'm just targeting the areas that I want to conceal. So that's what I've done. I actually feel like this is quite a lot, but I'm just going to blend it out using my sponge, making sure that everything is properly blended. Then I'm going to go back again with my translucent powder and I'm going to set everything just to make sure that, you know, it lasts. I'm going to be using my sponge and I'm just going to press that powder into my skin, making sure that I don't put a lot. I feel like that's actually quite a lot, but I'm just going to distribute it all over my face, making sure that everything is properly set. Now I do like to bake around my T-zone because it gets a bit oily and it doesn't usually dry out, so I actually don't mind leaving that powder on the T-zone for a bit longer as I work on the rest of my face. I'm now going to contour a little bit. That's not even a necessary step, but I just felt like being a bit extra. I'm going to use that Pro Concealer in the shade Beautiful Bronze. It's probably not as dark as I would have wanted it to be, but it works. So I'm targeting those particular areas of my cheekbones and my forehead because I do like to make my forehead look a bit smaller. Not putting a lot of that product because you know blending can be a nightmare, so I'm just using my sponge and blending that out just as I'm doing. Blending, making sure that I define my cheekbones as much as possible. I'm now going to define that contour line, is it, with some powder, because the concealer was not as dark as I would have wanted it to be, so I don't want that particular contour to be lost. So I'm just going to leave that on there. I'm now just priming my eyes so that I can start on the eye look and blending it out with my fingers as I always do. Then I'm just going to take my blush neutrals palette and I'm going to start on my eye look. I'm going to start with that particular eyeshadow that I'm showing you guys to warm up my crease, blending it out all over my eyelids. I'm now going to go in with the second shade, which is that one right there. It doesn't even look like it, but it's like a really light burgundy shade. I don't know if it's burgundy or like a berry like shade. The problem with this palette is that it doesn't have the names, but I have to build it up because it's not as pigmented, so I had to really build it up. I'm now taking that dark brown color just to smoke out my outer crease and blending those two colors together. I actually wasn't trying to do too much because, as you know, we're not going anywhere. This is just a makeup look to chill with in the house. I also just wanted to feel decent and look decent and probably just be a bit more productive than I have been, especially in the last week. So once I'm satisfied with the blend, I decided to go in with a bit of inner corner highlight because I mean, we just wanted to be a bit extra on this particular day. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just using a gold shimmery shade. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take that dark brown color that I used on my outer crease and I'm going to use it to smoke my lower waterline a bit before I go in with my eyeliner. Next up is the eyeliner, and this is a step that I really love, but I don't know if I'm the only one. I really struggle with eyeliner and my eyes tear up so much. I normally have to just close my eyes if I am trying to do it successfully. The last thing I'm going to do is mascara, and one of the things I have noticed about mascara is that you just have to take your time. Don't be in a hurry if you want to get some good results. So this is what I'm doing, especially if you're not going to be doing the false lashes, then just take your time with the mascara, and most importantly, don't forget those lower lashes because they make such a huge difference. So do take your time with that. Then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to brush out the excess powder on my face on the areas that I was baking. I just noticed that I keep saying it's the last thing, but it's really not. We are now going to do the blush because, like I had said in a previous video, I've really been loving blush, and this is not a step I like to skip anymore, even though I never used to do it. So I just used my blush neutrals palette and I'm just adding that little color to my cheeks. The next thing I'm going to do is highlighter, and I'm going to use that gold shimmery eyeshadow shade right there. I'm using my highlighter brush and targeting those high points of my cheekbones that I do want to highlight, and I'm also going to be highlighting my nose. So I'm just going to blend out that highlight as much as possible, making sure that I'm satisfied with how it looks. Like I had said, don't forget your nose and the other areas that you know you would like to highlight. I think it just varies from person to person. I've now moved on to my lips. I'm just lining my lips with the pencil that I was using for my eyebrows. I want to do a very simple look. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to use concealer. This is a lip look that I have been loving so much. So I'm using the Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn, and I'm just going to blend those two together like I'm doing, then go over it with my finger for a better blend. Once I'm satisfied with the blend, I now go over that with my lip gloss. This is just a nude gloss that I've been loving. I've been using it this entire time. I think if you've been watching my videos, you've seen it a couple of times. You can just use a gloss of your choice. You can use as much gloss as you want or as little as you want. So for this particular look, I just wanted to put on a lot of gloss, so I just kept packing it on. So this is the final look. Look at that highlight, you guys. I love the way it looks. I also did rectify my eyebrow a little bit, just in case you did not notice. But yeah, thank you so much guys for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and of course subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.